What's up, guys? Amanda here, and I'm still sick, but I just had a fresh dose of this quill. Can I say Dayquil? Am I allowed to? This stuff. We're a little bit better for talking right now. I was gonna stream last night, but I filmed the podcast and literally yelled about Ross Geller so intensively that I had a sore throat. So be on the lookout for that podcast. But today I thought it would be kind of interesting maybe to go through the Oscar nominations, talk about who I think is gonna win, talk about who I would like to win, and maybe some people that got like snubbed and stuff. So there's some stuff obviously I haven't seen, and I'm just gonna kind of like maybe guess who I think is gonna win, and then when the Oscars actually happen or the Academy Awards actually happen, we can kind of compare and see. But yeah, let's just go through it. So for Best Picture, it used to be a 5-movie category, but they increased it up to a potential 10. If they feel like there's 10 movies that can be considered Best Picture, they will put 10 movies in the Best Picture category. And I think that happened the year after The Dark Knight came out because everybody flipped their lid that The Dark Knight wasn't included in the Best Picture. So this year we have Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, which I didn't see, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, which I didn't see, The Post, which I haven't seen yet, Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Now, usually I try to see all of the movies before I do this, but some of them are pretty frequent. I hadn't heard of the Phantom Thread. I watched the trailer, looked really interesting. But I've seen a lot of the other ones, and I'm trying to figure out what they would kind of pick for Best Picture. Things I think got snubbed from this section. Blade Runner 2049, I thought that was an absolute just spectacle of a movie. I think it actually hit a lot of the things that the Academy really cares about. I kind of understand why it wouldn't get nominated at the same time, but it definitely deserved a nomination here that it didn't get, I find, and Wind River. Especially where they've only nominated, I think that's only 9 movies. They easily had a spot for Wind River. I think Wind River was probably one of the most important movies that's come out in a really long time, considering the subject matter it dealt with it very well. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely see it. I think that that entire topic is something that more light needs to be shed on, especially where you have something like 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which was a really good movie. And I actually hadn't heard of that movie until the Golden Globes, when it won the Golden Globe. And because it won the Golden Globe, I don't think it's gonna win the Oscar. For whatever reason, I don't think, whatever wins the Golden Globe for Best Picture usually never wins for the Oscar. Maybe I have that wrong, but I feel like that's just something I've noticed over the years. If it wins Best Picture for Golden Globe, it doesn't tend to win it for the Oscars. I don't know if they just want to be different or prove that like, oh, our opinion is better than yours, but that's just something I've noticed. It was a really good movie though, and it deals with a similar topic. Actually a very similar topic. I just think that Wind River was a lot more real about it, and it's a pervasive issue. And even people who live in that area are like, it's a very, very accurate representation of our lives. So I think that leaving Wind River off this list was actually really bad. We're gonna make an entire video just talking about Best Picture stuff. I personally think that Get Out was amazing and kind of deserves some, I would love to see it win Best Picture. I don't think it will. I think that either Call Me By Your Name or The Shape of Water are going to take it. That's just kind of my initial theory on what's going on there. Dunkirk was obviously great. I don't think it's gonna win though. Could be wrong, but I'm gonna put it between The Shape of Water and Call Me By Your Name. So we'll see what happens there. Then for lead actor, there's Timothée Chalamet in Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis in The Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya, I don't think that's how you pronounce his name, very sorry, in Get Out, Gary Oldman in Darkest Hour, and Denzel Washington and Roman J. Israel Esquire, which I don't really know why he's there. It looks like the Academy specifically snubbed Disaster Artist and James Franco. James Franco won for Best Lead Actor at the Golden Globes, and he's not even nominated here. It's probably because of a lot of the allegations that are coming out against him right now. But you know, the Academy, in my opinion, has proven time and time again that they don't care. They don't care about stuff like that. Maybe it's just because of this year and the society cares. That might also be why Wind River wasn't nominated, because I'm pretty sure I think the Weinstein Company had a hand in that. Either way, you know, they've time and time again, they've given awards to Roman Polanski, just tons of people. So I feel like this is, if they're making a statement, they're making a statement because of the current climate and not because they actually care. So I think that they specifically snubbed James Franco there. But of the people that are left, I would love to see it go to Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, because I think he did an amazing job. But my pick is probably going to be Gary Oldman for Darkest Hour. Maybe Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis is a very incredible actor, but I think Gary Oldman's going to get it for Darkest Hour. Then we got lead actress is Sally Hawkins in The Shape of Water. Frances McDormand in Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Margot Robbie and I, Tonya. I haven't seen that. Margot Robbie. I can never say her name. Saoirse Ronan and Lady Bird and Meryl Streep for The Post. I think Frances McDormand deserves it. If you saw that movie, it was a very intense role. I think she did a great job with it. I haven't seen The Post and I haven't seen I, Tonya, but I think it's probably going to go to Frances McDormand, or at least I hope it does. But, you know, the Academy really does love Meryl Streep, so we'll see. Supporting actor, Willem Dafoe in The Florida Project, Woody Harrelson is out for Three Billboards, Richard Jenkins for Shape of Water, Christopher Plummer for All the Money in the World, Sam Rockwell for Three Billboards, and he was actually really good in that. I think that it's kind of sad. Armie Hammer definitely deserved to be nominated for Call Me By My Name, and he's not in here, and the other dude that was in that movie, but Armie Hammer specifically should have been nominated for this. I think out of these roles, I haven't seen All the Money in the World. I was going to see it, and then I got pulled out of theaters here, so I'm actually kind of bummed out that I haven't seen it, but I think of the people nominated, Sam Rockwell showed like probably the most versatile acting performance. So hopefully it goes for him. I know a lot of people have been saying good things about Willem Dafoe's performance in The Florida Project, but I didn't see it, so I can't judge. So I'm going to say a toss-up between Sam Rockwell and Willem Dafoe. Supporting actress, we've got Mary J. Blige in Mudbound, Allison Janney in I, Tonya, Leslie Manville in Phantom Thread, Laurie Metcalf in Lady Bird, and Octavia Spencer in The Shape of Water. And I will be honest, I have no strong feelings about that category. I guess out of what I experienced, I'd probably give it to Laurie Metcalf and Lady Bird, but I know people are saying really good things about I, Tonya, so maybe Allison Janney. Maybe. So I could be completely wrong about that, but I guess that one, I don't have a strong enough opinion on it. So for director, we got Dunkirk, Christopher Nolan, Get Out, Jordan Peele, Lady Bird, Greta Gerwig, Phantom Thread, Paul Thomas Anderson, and Shape of Water, Guillermo del Toro. So all of these are amazing, amazing choices. Dunkirk, you know, Christopher Nolan obviously did some really amazing things with that, and it was definitely all due to direction and director choices that a lot of that stuff stood out. I would love to see Jordan Peele win it for Get Out, just because I think he did an amazing thing with that, and what he's planning on doing with that kind of social thriller. That whole idea, I think, is going to be really amazing. So I would really like to see Jordan Peele take it. But I think Guillermo del Toro is going to take it for The Shape of Water, honestly. It's really cool to see Greta Gerwig nominated, and it was really cool that Paul Thomas Anderson got a nod as well, but I think that Guillermo del Toro is going to take it. Again, could be wrong, because those are all really strong choices. If I had to pick two up top, I would say Shape of Water or Dunkirk, but I'd love to see it go to Get Out as well. Animated feature, where The Boss Baby has been nominated for an Academy Award. So that means when you buy The Boss Baby, you might buy a version of The Boss Baby that has a sleeve on it that says the Academy Award nominated picture, Boss Baby, and freaking Ferdinand, starring, what is it, John Cena? So again, like I said, the animated features for the Oscars are always really weird and not really chosen well. I know a lot of people said Lego Batman deserved to be in here, and that the Oscars probably hate Lego movies. But obviously, I'm pretty sure it's going to go to Coco. I didn't see it, but I've heard nothing but spectacularly amazing things about Coco, and I think that that's kind of a given. I just feel like it's gonna go to Coco. And if it doesn't go to Coco, the other options were The Breadwinner, which I haven't even heard of, and Loving Vincent. So I hope it goes to Coco, and I can't believe that The Boss Baby is nominated for an Academy Award. Adapted screenplay, we got Call Me By Your Name by James Ivory. The Disaster Artist, Scott Neustadter and Michael H. Weber. Logan got a nomination, that's incredible. Scott Frank and James Mangold and Michael Green. Molly's Game with Aaron Sorkin, who is actually fantastic at adapting things, and Mudbound by Virgil Williams and Dee Reese. I would like it. I think it would be really cool if it went to Logan, because that would probably be one of the first things that a comic book movie got that wasn't some kind of special effects or visual award. So that would be really cool. So I guess I didn't completely snub The Disaster Artist, but I think if Call Me By Your Name doesn't end up winning for best movie, it might get adapted screenplay, but I think it'd be really cool if Logan got it. So yeah, that's what I think there. Original screenplay, we got The Big Sick, which a lot of people really loved. Get Out, Lady Bird, Shape of Water, and Three Billboards. Again, this is one of those ones that, depending on what wins Best Picture, might affect this. I think that Get Out deserves it just for what it did and what it was, but Shape of Water might end up taking it. But this one's that's a tough category. My two choices are Get Out and Shape of Water, personally. Oh, okay, Blade Runner did win one in the category. It definitely deserved it. Cinematography, so you got Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Mudbound, and Shape of Water. So that, in my opinion, is definitely just a straight toss-up between Blade Runner and Dunkirk. Amazing choices between both, but I think that when I think about cinematography and just like the environment that was created by something, I think Blade Runner is gonna take it. I know Dunkirk did a lot of amazing things with that, but I want Blade Runner to take it, and I'm gonna put my vote on Blade Runner. Film editing, Baby Driver, I'm putting my vote on that right away. Baby Driver was amazing. It did an amazing work editing the film with the music. So I want that. Dunkirk, which again also did amazing editing, obviously. I, Tonya, didn't see it. Shape of Water was great, and Three Billboards. Three Billboards was great, but in terms of what I think when I think film editing, Baby Driver, there's just little things that were incorporated in that movie that were just amazing. But Dunkirk might get it. Sound editing, we got Baby Driver, and it could win it, but Blade Runner 2049 I do think is gonna get it. Oh, but then there's Dunkirk, Shape of Water, and Star Wars. Ooh. I want Baby Driver to get film editing, and then I think it'll probably go to Dunkirk for sound editing. Sound mixing, you got Baby Driver, Blade Runner, Dunkirk, Shape of Water, and Star Wars. Those are exactly the same ones. I don't know. The sound was good in a lot of these movies, and I would like to see it go to Baby Driver, Blade Runner, or Star Wars, or Dunkirk. They all did a great job. Well-deserved nominations is what we'll say there. Production designs, we got Beauty and the Beast, Blade Runner 2049, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, and Shape of Water. For that one, I'm gonna go Blade Runner. I think Blade Runner is probably gonna take it for production design, honestly. Original score, Dunkirk, Phantom Thread, Shape of Water, Star Wars, and Three Billboards, and I'm gonna give it to Star Wars. John Williams is amazing, but Hans Zimmer did a really good job with Dunkirk as well. But I'm gonna go Star Wars. I'm gonna go Star Wars for original score. Original song, you got Mighty River by Mary J. Blige, Mystery of Love by Sufjan Stevens. I want to vote for that right away. I love Sufjan Stevens. Mystery of Love, let's go that. But it might be Remember Me from Coco. Coco is really big this year, so that might actually be it. I don't think Greatest Showman's gonna take it. I don't think Stand Up for Something will. I'm gonna give it, it's gonna be between Mystery of Love and Remember Me. Costume design, Beauty and the Beast, Darkest Hour, Phantom Thread, Shape of Water, and Victoria and Abdul. Phantom Thread, I think it would be cool if it went to Phantom Thread because the whole thing is about a guy who makes clothing. So I think it'd be really cool if it won for costume design. So let's do that. Visual effects, Blade Runner 2049, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Kong, Star Wars, and War of the Planet of the Apes. Blade Runner deserves it, and I would love to see Guardians of the Galaxy win it because I love Guardians of the Galaxy. It probably won't get it. Star Wars obviously also did an amazing job, but I think actually Blade Runner. I think Blade Runner is going to get it, and maybe War of the Planet of the Apes. But yeah, that is pretty much, those are my thoughts on the Oscars. This is probably gonna be a way longer video than I meant it to be. I guess we'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think down below. You can feel free to I'm gonna put the list of all of the nominated categories in the description. You can feel free to copy and paste it and then just cut out the ones you don't think is gonna win type thing, because I'd love to hear your thoughts down below. Maybe I'll do kind of a stream where we talk about the different nominations and stuff. I think that might be pretty fun. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. I'll catch you all later.